Governor Newsom signed, Gavin Newsom, which is the governor of California, he signed into law for Black Americans to be identified as a separate group to help support lineage-based reparations claims. So what I've said before, they've determined that they're going to do the reparations task force that's been established in California has determined, and through legislation and through voting and through a lot of hard work these sisters and brothers have had to put in, they've determined that the reparations that we do get, if we get it, when we get it, will be based on lineage, right? Not just someone coming in and saying, I'm 2/3 Black, I'm a quarter Black. Shit can get confusing at that point. You know what I mean? So Governor Newsom signed a law for Black Americans to be identified as a separate group to help support lineage-based reparations claims. So this bill, Senate Bill 189, which was authored, which another reason why I'm mentioning this, because this is my brother, which was authored by my brother Chris Lodgson's organization, the Coalition for a Just and Equitable California, and championed by California State Assembly member Chris Holden. And this is according to a press release that was released by CJEC, right? So again, family, this is important. America owes us. If you are a Black American who was born in this country, who has lineage in slavery, so if your great-great-great-grandmother, great-great-grandfather was a slave or a part of that history in this country, you were owed money, fam. I just reposted a video I did a while ago about the 40 acres and the mule debacle and why we never got those funds. Look, family, this government owes Black Americans money, owes Black Americans something. When we look at the degradation we go through, systematic racism, if you line up everything we've been through in this country, we've never gotten any type of bailout, like no type of situation where they've done something specifically for Black Americans. Like they've tried little small things here and there, but anytime they create something, they put loopholes in it where everybody becomes a part of it. Everyone can benefit from said thing. You know what I mean? So it's important that we have that conversation. And I'm gonna read here in a minute. Other people in American history who've gotten reparations, restitution, whatever you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? This is a serious claim that we have, y'all, and should be on everybody's radar. Like as Black folks, all of us should take this shit serious. You know what I mean? Or show a vested interest in it, because this will, in my opinion, the wealth gap that we see here in America, if Black Americans are given reparations. Let's talk about it real quick. Everybody makes the argument that, yes, there are a lot of us who gonna buy Jordans, who gonna buy nigga shit. That's just a part of American society. That's a part of the Negro mind too. Like being in positions where you struggled for so long, if you finally get money, and this is for anybody, right? This is like economics 101. If you've never had money, if you've never had resources, and all of a sudden you're given a lump sum of money, 8 times out of 10, the individual is going to fuck the money over, regardless of your race. You see what I'm saying? But if we're dealing with Black folks who didn't had to deal with adverse poverty or had to deal with never having certain type of nice things, it goes without saying that some Black folks is going to spend their money on whatever they want. That's for all of us, even us who are business-minded and have plans that we would do with the money. Even if that's your situation, you still may find yourself buying some shit you ain't never had before, right? That's par for the course. But in any case, I think the bulk of us, a number of us, enough of us will do the right thing with this money, where we're looking at more real estate, we're looking at more Black businesses, when we're looking at money being transferred hand to hand in our community, us looking towards building more Black Wall Street type environments. I think all this shit can happen. Like, I'm not one of those dudes who think if we get reparations, everybody just gonna go fuck their money off. I don't think that's the case. I know enough Black people personally who, if given reparations, given a lump sum of money, land, whatever it is, they gonna do something that's gonna be of the betterment of their family. And that's really what this shit is about. You feel me? So shout out to Governor Newsom for pushing this reparations thing in California forward. And so they're separating it. He made the separation so we can't get another $5 Indian type of situation, right? The early 1900s, when Indians were being given basically reparations for what was done to them, they created something called a Dawes Rolls, right? On this Dawes Rolls, if you signed up and put your name on the Dawes Rolls, this will qualify you to get said thing, whether it be land, money, whatever the case may be, right? But at the same time, knowing how some white folks do, a lot of white people put themselves on the list. They paid $5 to put themselves on the list. This is why we see lily white men owning casinos. You walk into a goddamn casino and ask to speak to the manager who owned it or who running this shit, and it's gonna be a white man with blonde hair saying he 2% Cherokee. You know what I mean? So to prevent that, the steps that are being taken in California for reparations is important, because to prevent that, they said, no, this is going to be based on your lineage. This is going to be based on if you had a mother or a father that was actually involved in the transatlantic slave trade. If you had a mother or a father who was a slave, you get some of the bread. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to break it down a little bit more specific than that. But this is important to me, fam. I'm excited. I think we're going to get it. I'm going to continue to have these conversations. I'm going to continue to talk to my brother, Chris Lodgson, who's on the inside, so to speak, working with the movers and shakers in California, where we can actually see this shit come to fruition. You feel me? So, because I get a lot of naysayers who tell me, Harrison, y'all don't deserve reparations. Y'all need to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. America don't owe you nothing. America don't owe you nothing. America don't owe you nothing. I'm tired of hearing that shit, family. Let me go over a quick list of people, of groups of people in America that's been given funds for said negative thing that's transpired with their community. I got like 40 of them on here, but I'm gonna go through a couple, right? Boom. In 1971, the United States gave $1 billion plus 44 acres of land to the Alaskan natives. This is for Indian tribes, right? Boom. 1976, the USA gave $2.3 million to the Ottawas of Michigan. Again, Indian tribes, right? 1980, the United States gave $81 million to the Klamaths, which is another Indian, the Klamaths of Oregon, which is another Indian tribe, right? We talking $81 million. Boom. 1983, the United States gave $3.9 million to a 3-mile island of a nuclear plant within a 3-mile radius that had radiation victims, right? So look, there's a wrongdoing that take place. They pay up. 1985, the United States gave $105 million to the Saukes of South Dakota, another Indian tribe, right? 1986, the United States gave $32 million to the Ottawas of Michigan based on the 1839 treaty, right? So they're going back in history and giving people money based on some wrongdoing they done a long time ago. Fuck that. Where's my bread, right? Another one. Let me read a couple more. In 1990, $1.6 billion or $20,000 each was given to the Japanese Americans who was involved when they were in internment camps, right? When they were treated unlawful, they were treated like subhumans, right? They were treated like shit. The country decided to give them money for it. Family, if you are a descendant of a slave in this country, everything about your life, like, you can talk this pick yourself up by your bootstrap shit if you want to. I'm not saying a person, like, a lot of us have become successful. A lot of us have had family members who went through college and are doing everything they can in this country to be successful. But if I look at the lineage of my family and a lot of families around me, I can show a direct link between slavery, Jim Crow, all of the adverse situations we've had to go through up until now, right? We're still actually dealing with this shit now. If you look at the level of wealth we've obtained in this country, like compared to other groups of people who've been here for a while, it's disparaging for a reason. Like, there's a direct link to how we were treated, having these fucked up last names, not being able to move freely, not being able to live where we want. Like, our existence in this country has been relegated, has been like touched on with a fine-tooth comb. Like, everything about our existence here, our schooling, our education, our financial structure, where we live, like I said, everything about being Black in America can be linked to how we got here and everything we've had to go through. So yes, give me my goddamn money. You feel me? And that's like 15 other more situations that I can name that this country decided to give people money based on wrongdoing. As I named a lot with Indians, if you go up to 2020, we looking at like the $3.3 billion that was given for the COVID relief bill, right? So you say you don't have money for reparations. That's what a lot of people tell me. Where are we going to get the money from? Where they going to put it from? What they going to do to get it? Shit, when it was time for PPP loans, when it was time for the Ukrainians to get cash, when this country wants to pay a motherfucker, they pay him. Where the hell is my check? You feel me? So I'm going to continue to bring my brother Chris on the show. He'll continue to give us updates about what's been going on. And shit, it's time to get paid. You feel me? Now, next thing I want to talk about real quick. This was big in the news, and I